hydration of my face, I'm gonna use 3 products. I have never used Peach Lily before, so I'm gonna try one of the products they gave me. It's so crazy. I'm gonna try this for moisturizer, as you guys can see, and I'm not wearing any nails. Sorry, but it just allows me to get things done quicker without nails on. So, okay. I'm gonna take from the lid just a little bit, just a little bit. Let me just make sure I read the back first. Packed with matcha. This cream blasts skin with antioxidants, helping fight the signs of pollution, sun, and stress. Delightful pudding delivers deep hydration without sitting heavily on the skin or piling on the makeup. You discovered your superhero cream directions: pat or massage onto face and neck. Use AM and PM daily. Use after applying our glass skin refining serum for enhanced results. So they do have a serum, which is their step 3, but I'm just gonna use this for now. Feels really smooth. I'm not too familiar on the smell of matcha. I've never had matcha before, but it might smell like matcha. So let's see, I have nothing on my face. I'm just gonna use, wow. Okay, I like the feeling. I felt very smooth, very lightweight. Pretty good. Sorry, my chair is squeaky. I'm going to go in with this Milk Hydro Grip Refresh Spray. It's like a primer, but also a refreshing spray. It has aloe vera in it as well. And I like to use it before I put on the primer so it can have a little more hydration. I kind of don't need this since I use the moisturizer, but I'm gonna still spray it. It's just fun. Make sure I rub it into my skin. And also I try to make sure that I, make sure your hair's clean beforehand, because it can transfer a lot of bacteria and stuff. Then I'm gonna go in with my Holy Grail Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Soft Matte Primer here. It is the best. Just gonna use one pump, just one, and rub it in. I like to focus it on the oily parts of my face. Before I start, I feel like I need to moisturize my lips. I'm gonna use this Same Beauty lip gloss in the shade Kiss. One of my favorite lip glosses. I'm just gonna put some on for now. I'm gonna let it dry. You're gonna let things sit on your face and marinate, basically. That's what I learned so far after doing my makeup for about a year, because that's how you activate the product. Slick Day Brow. It's a brow gel. I just recently started using this. I really like this a lot. It's really good. Y'all see that? That is lethal, okay? Wow. So I'm going to comb it through. I'm gonna need my mirror real quick so I can see. Comb it. And I don't know if I should lay it down realized that all I did was blend different undertoned concealers together, and it didn't blend in with my undertone. It's better to just use one concealer that blends the best with your undertone. And girl, that's a whole different thing right there. Undertones, oh lordy. I also learned that different brands and different products in those brands have different formulas for their makeup, and so one particular concealer may look a bit more green or olive undertone, even though the tone or the undertone says it's neutral. But that's probably because of the way they manufactured it in the formula. Whatever, girl. I'm not a scientist. I don't. Ciao. The best one for me, the best one overall, has been the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Concealer. And it's funny because I remember like 6 months ago, where I used to hate this concealer, where I did not like it until I realized, girl, it's probably your best option. Anyways, so I basically just take, don't want too much, take this in the shade 470, by the way, 470, that's my shade. And also it depends on what look you're going for. In this case, I'm really going for a natural, like soft glam makeup look. So I want the concealer to look natural, you know, or to look like, you get what I'm saying. I feel like describing makeup is very difficult for me, so I basically apply some here and here. Then I also apply some here and here, as well as here and here. Basically, a little bit more under the eye. And you see, I only used one side and one dip, no more. So I'm gonna let it dry a little bit, and while it dries, I'm gonna explain something else that I learned. Y'all let me know if I'm right or wrong in the comments, or if you have any suggestions, please let me know. Just doing it based off my own trial and error. But I also learned that applying too much concealer can make the makeup look more cakey, especially if you're going to be adding powder and more powder and setting spray and more setting spray. You can see those layers more when you apply too much. Let's get into the blending. I use this Hourglass concealer brush, hold it like this, and gently pat it and concentrate it in that corner. Basically, I used to just all over my face. And you don't want that. You want to concentrate the concealer. That's the point of it. You know, is to get specific areas. So I basically do that first on the inner corners first. And I try to blend it into the side of my nose. As you can see, I also have these dark areas here on my nose, and I don't know exactly why. It could be just normal, but I also think it's because I have allergies and I tend to blow my nose a lot. Whatever, I don't know. All I know is that I take the concealer and bring it in right here, okay? Just make sure you're lightly patting it and not dragging it. Pat, 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 pat. I can see you. I'll see you. Okay, that's good. For now, I'm gonna go into this corner now and do the same thing. I'm sorry if I'm at a weird angle. I'm trying not to hit the microphone, especially as you're getting closer to your under eye. But make sure you're looking up. Okay. See how it looks natural? And it's blending better to explain this. I'm gonna go back over here. I'm basically going to finish off this area. Just making sure I keep it concentrated under the eye. Just blend it. Blend it, blend it, blend it. Blend it, blend it, blend it, blend it. Making sure I look up. And I like to bring it down a little bit right here. And over here, you can see. I'm gonna try not to touch this pimple so I don't irritate it even more. I'm just gonna go around it with the concealer. Okay. Bam, y'all. Look at that. Look at that. We'll see. Okay, let's do this side. Same thing. Concentrated under the eye. And with blending, you definitely want to take your time because the more you blend it out, the more natural it's gonna look, and the better it's going to lay on your skin, basically. So you want to make sure you concentrate on blending as best as you can. But bam! Look at that! Look at that, y'all! I'm trying to see myself on the phone. Ooh, stop playing. Let me turn the camera a little bit. Girl, stop playing with me. Now I'm gonna do my upper lip area. Same technique, just concentrate it in that area. Lightly pat. And the chin. Which I don't normally put concealer there. I was just feeling different today. So, okay. Y'all see it right? Ooh, alright. I like to go in with my beauty blender to make sure it's blended. Also not washed. Sorry, but I'm gonna take this. I'm just gonna especially blend it more on the outer part to make sure it's blended as best as it could. Because girl, one thing I realized, especially being a content creator, being an ASMR creator, is that the lights you're using, the camera you're using, it's gonna amplify areas of your face, especially if you're up close like I do. You may think, like I may sit here and think that I'm blending it out pretty good, and then I look at the footage, I'm like, oops. You just want to get rid of any harsh lines, especially around here, because that's where the concealer was, the concentration of the concealer ended, if that makes sense. So I just go in just in case. I really pat it in to make it as natural as possible. And basically, I try to think of makeup as like paint. When you're painting something, you know, sometimes you gotta add more layers, sometimes you gotta brush it out a little bit more, you gotta add more water. You know, you have to take your time. It's a process, basically. You know, so I try to treat makeup kind of the same way. But bam, art. So that's done. I then go in with my blush or bronzer. I have discovered the best blushes in the world. Okay. The Makeup by Mario's. Oh, yes. They are so good. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna go in with... which one should I do? I like to use... I'm gonna show you all four. This one's in the shade Strawberry Sunset. So stunning. This next one is even more beautiful. This one's in the shade Papaya Pop. Look at that. This one's in the shade Paradise Pink, and this one's my favorite shade. Look at that. Oh my gosh. And then the last one is in the shade Pink Peony. Peony. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Peony. This pink here. I don't really use this one as often because for me, since I'm dark skinned, it does show, but it's not the shade I prefer, basically. Like, I prefer something a little more vibrant, you know, and I kind of want to do like a sunset blush and use this one paired with, should I do the Paradise Pink or the other one? I'm asking y'all can give me an answer, but I think these two would be so pretty, so I'm going to try these two. I am going to use this Say Beauty double brush here. I'm trying to figure this out. I think it's better to use the lighter one first, so it can show. So I'm going to use this one first. Oh, it's so pretty. Again, this is Papaya Pop. So pretty. And I found that using the using the brush is the best way to apply this. I'm gonna dip it in a little bit. Kind of gotta like tap it, drag to pick it up because it is cream. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make sure I get a good amount on here. Okay, papaya. One thing I learned about blush, y'all, I'm learning, okay? Especially blushes that are very pigmented. This one's not. This one's pigmented, but it's sheer. It's more sheer. You gotta build up on it. But still, I feel like this rule still applies for any blush. You gotta blend it out. You gotta like warm it up or activate it first. So I go here and I kind of like massage it into this palette like that. Because if you were to just apply it directly on your face, it's going to be so much more harder to control where the blush is going, and it's going to look too, I don't know, like strippy, if that makes sense. So you want to like warm it up on the palette first, or in the back of your hand. I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to gently apply some this part of my cheek first, because I kind of wanted to start there. Like that. See? Like that. Oh, it's so pretty. Kind of start there. I'm going to try to concentrate it in this area first. Bring it up slightly. Like that. You see? A little bit more control versus it just like taking it directly from the tray and then, you know, put it on your face. That's what I learned. I used to do that all the time. I used to take it directly from it and then apply it. Like I said, you don't want to, you know, do your makeup and then take pictures and stuff and realize like, oh crap, it looks a little too harsh. It looks a little too much. So unless that's what you're going for, and that's fine too. So that's why I love these blushes, and they give this glow as well. Like, it's so pretty. Kind of like that. This side. Sorry, I'm at such an awkward angle. Sorry. I feel like I'm one of those people where like I think so much about what I'm saying while I'm saying it that I end up messing up what I'm trying to say. Basically, I try not to like. I'm trying to think before I speak, basically, but I think too much about it and then I just sound crazy. Anyways. Okay, I think that's pretty good. And so the good part about putting it on the palette first, show you again, is that if you need to pick up more, you can just pick up more and keep going and keep layering it's much harder to do that when you just take it directly from the tray. So now I'm gonna go in with the same brush. This might not be the best option because I just used this brush on another blush, but I don't care. Okay, I'm gonna use this blush now. This beautiful pink strawberry, right? Sorry, paradise pink, my man. Paradise pink. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna pick up a good amount. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna take the tray. Oh God, almost dropped it. And just dab it off here. Warm it up. Activate it. Just making sure I can have a little more control over where the blush is going. Now, I'm gonna concentrate it up here a little more. This side too. Look at that. Girl, I ain't even blended in yet. Oh my gosh, look at it. I know it looks crazy. It don't look crazy, but some people think it look crazy. I love it. Blend it out, and I'm gonna do extra steps after this to kind of blend it out even more. I'm gonna concentrate it there. Just like that. Beautiful. I like to apply some to my nose. Okay, I'm gonna use this beauty blender again. I'm basically gonna try and pick up a little bit, but also blend it out better. And just take your time. Take your time. And while I'm blending, I can give you guys a little life update. So I don't know if I mentioned this in my previous Get Ready With Me video. Let me close these. I don't like keeping stuff open. But in my previous Get Ready With Me, I think I mentioned that I was on a weight loss journey, which I still am. I've successfully lost a good amount of weight. And I am very, very proud of myself, very happy with my progress. But in this journey, I've also realized a lot of things about transformation and healing that I would love to share with you guys. And you see how it's like a little less, harsh. Okay. I learned that no matter how much you think you know, you don't know nearly as much. I learned that. Especially with nutrition and diet and stuff like that. That's something that really slapped me in the face this past month of this journey I'm on. Because it's an ongoing learning curve when it comes to nutrition, exercise, just life in general. And so, sorry, I'm trying to focus but speak at the same time. Before I move on, let me tell you guys what I did. So the beauty blender kind of blended it out a little bit better than the blush. I keep saying blush, brush. There I go again. So what I'm gonna do now is go in with the bronzer, and that's basically my Fenty Beauty Eavesdrop Stick in the shade 22. I find that Fenty Beauty, this specific product, is best for bronzing my face because the undertones or just the color match is much better as a bronzer for me than Say Beauty. That's the other bronzers I have. Alright, after about 50 years, these are the other two bronzers I have. The Say Beauty one I used to love in the beginning, but then I realized that this specific shade, this is in the shade Dark Bronze. Yes, Dark Bronze, Sun Melts. This specific shade is a little too cool and dark for a bronzer on me. It looks more like contour. for me to apply it, but like I said, the shade is a little off, and I'm not sure if they have a shade a little bit, like a shade lighter than this. This one's in the shade. Is there a shade? Is there a shade? Is there a shade name? Looking for it. Oh, Blitzed. I used to love this one too, but I don't think it moves. But this is also kind of like the same shade as the Say Beauty one. It looks a little bit warmer. That's what I was looking for, that word. Warmer than the Say Beauty one, but it's still a shade too dark. So I find that this specific one, this is like the perfect bronzer shade for me, in my opinion, even though it's not a bronzer. But I love it. I love it. So back to what I was saying. Sorry. So I've come to my conclusion that I'm gonna use the Say Beauty brush. You know, it's important to stay updated, to learn no matter what. Don't stop yourself and say, oh yeah, I know all about this, so I'm done learning. I'm not gonna dive deeper into it. I learned my lesson, and it's not necessarily like a bad thing, like a bad lesson I learned. It's just more so like I thought I knew everything. I thought I knew what was best for my body and whatever. Oh yeah, rude awakening. But that lesson I learned about that could be transferable or applied to other areas of your life. It doesn't have to just be health, even with the school or career, there's always room for you to grow and learn and keep progressing over time, slowly, than just staying in the same place with the same mindset, if that makes sense. So, see what it did, put a little bit more around my cheeks, and that's it. I have noticed a significant difference. Oh my god, it's such a big difference after losing some weight in my mental health, my stamina, my energy, my sleep, my confidence overall. I feel like a different person, and I'm so grateful. And like I said, I feel like that comes with losing weight or just transferring, like transforming, is that you learn more than what you thought you knew. Basically, I don't know how else to put it, but I'm gonna try to put this around here. So I've committed my time and energy towards reading books, a lot of books, and just doing like research and a deep dive into not only just food and health, but me, my body. I realized, which I want to tell you guys for yourselves, is there's nothing wrong with learning about your body, learning about every part of your body. It's actually very beneficial to understand the way your body operates, because it just goes in hand with feeling better overall, feeling more confident, and things like that. And no one knows you better than you. No one knows exactly what you're feeling but yourself. And that's kind of what I look in the mirror and tell myself, like, I think I should spend time learning about the foods I'm putting in my body, because I have certain reactions and certain allergies, and why is this happening? Why is that happening? Like I said, no one's gonna know 100% but yourself, basically. So keep that in mind. Okay. So boom. The foundation is done. The foundation is done, because now we gotta spray it, set it, and then put some powder on. So hold on, Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. What the heck? I'm already down here. What? Wow. Okay. right here, or right here, or even right here. That is way too close. Girl, you gotta be a little far. You gotta dazzle. You gotta do a little dance with it because the water droplets, the droplets of the setting spray, can basically mess up your makeup. You want it to feel like a mist versus droplets. Okay, so here we go. There we go. I'm gonna be at a distance. You see that mist? A mist, not droplets. See? Okay, keep that in mind. Okay, keep that in mind. Now, as that is sitting and setting and baking, I'm gonna go in with the two different setting powders. So I'm gonna use the RMS Beauty loose setting powder and the Makeup by Mario. Oh my gosh, Maybelline Fit Me pressed powder. I'm gonna use both, and I'm gonna use them lightly, not too heavy. I just started using this, and girl, when I tell you this thing is, ooh, let me show you. It comes with this powder here. I'm gonna use it, and then you just like open it or whatever. Oh, I gotta like. Oh. That's one thing I hate about loose setting powder is that it gets messy. Okay. Now I'm gonna take a dazzle, rub it up in there. Let me close it and go like that. Hopefully that did something. I don't think so. It didn't. Alright, I'm gonna just do this. Pick it up like that. And same technique as the blush, but instead I'm gonna use the back of my hand and pop, 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 pop. You see? Look at how much came off. If you had just went straight in, girl, that would have been sitting all on your face. We don't want that. Okay. Warm it up. And now I'm going to gently pat it under the eye area. Like so. Gently, not too much. Because remember, we're going in with another powder and another powder and another powder. So light layers. Very light layers. Like that. Okay. Ooh. Did I even tell you how the shade? It's in the shade Deep. It's so good. Look at that. Oh yeah. I'm gonna do the same thing. Pick it up, warm it up, and go on this side. Just like that. I used to use the Milk Makeup one, this one. But I found that this is way too yellow for me. Like way too yellow. It just makes the makeup look yellow. And it is very hot in this room, by the way. So if you see crazy looking edges, I'm sorry. Right up there, look at that. Blend. Get up in there. Just like that. Oh yeah, look at that. And look what's left. None. Okay, because remember, the goal is not to keep dipping, or else, like I said, it's gonna look too cakey. It's just gonna be a little too much. That's it. No more. Because now, before I go with the pressed powder, I'm actually gonna use my bronzer, my powdered bronzer and powdered blush, or my powdered stuff. I'm gonna take a angled elf brush for the bronzer. I think I'm gonna do the blush first. The powdered blush. Do the powdered blush. Alright, that's separate. Thank you for that. I'm gonna use the Pat McGrath powdered blush first. In the shade. I think Love Struck. Is that the shade? But this is what it looks like. And I'm gonna use, oh, it's so beautiful. smile. I know I look crazy, but I gotta smile so I can get my cheeks. Gently apply, gently build it up. Slowly, sorry. Slowly build it. You see? Gone. Warm it up before you apply it directly to your face, so it doesn't look so patchy. Okay, so now Joey's Place blush in the volume 5. Oh, love this, love it. And I'm gonna go in with a combination of both. A little more red though. Get a good amount. Same thing, back of the hand. Oh, look at that. Look at that. You see how I would have just sat on there. Warm it up. Warm it up. That's good. Now apply. Pick it up. And remember, when it comes to anything like food, even food, you can always add more, but you can't take some stuff back, alright? When it comes to makeup, you want to treat it kind of the same way. If you apply too much, you're gonna have to either revert, take everything off and start over, or figure out a way to minimize it, which includes adding more of something else. So you don't want that. Beautiful. Look at that. Wow. And if you want, you can add it. I like adding here sometimes, just lightly along the eyes. Bam! Alrighty. Now, I'm gonna do the powdered bronzer. Almost done. Almost done, okay? The angle brush again. Powdered bronzer in the shade Dark palette. This, in my opinion, appears a little more red on my skin. This specific shade here appears a little more burgundy or like red. So I'm gonna take a little bit and blend it with this. Just a little bit, same exact technique. And I made sure I wiped my hand with the blush beforehand. I'm gonna warm it up and then apply. I like to start on the forehead area first, and I'll show you the difference. So bronzer, you don't really need too much. Look at that. Sure, blend it, 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 blend it. That forehead area. Cut off any harsh lines. Look at that. Oh, yo, I can't believe this. Yo, we've gotten so much better with makeup. Yo, just keep practicing, keep practicing. Keep learning. That is very important, man. Keep learning. I promise you, things will change. Things will change. Have belief. Keep practicing, keep learning, and things will change over time. Okay. I'm gonna kind of like blend into the blush a little bit. Now, powder bronzer. Look at that. I'm gonna wipe this off. Now we're approaching some of the last steps or powder steps. The Maybelline Fit Me in the shade 365 Nutmeg, and I'm gonna use this to finish everything off. I'm gonna use a little bit at a time. Just gonna like that. Don't mind the busted up thingy, but same thing. See how much? Well, you can't really tell this, but I can see it really out here doing this. Like, what? I'm gonna keep picking up a little bit more if I could. A little bit more, and then gotta get the rest of my face. I try to avoid. One thing I learned about my face is that I try to avoid adding too much product around here because I feel like I have a weird shaped head. But my face is not only round, but I have a very short, like, what do you call this? Jawline, yes. The distance between my cheek, like, here, and the bottom of my freaking jaw is like 2 centimeters. So if I were to just add so much here, it would take away from the dimension, like the natural shadows on my face, basically. So I don't touch this area at all. I don't touch it. Same here. I don't touch this area. If anything, I just put a little bit of powder here, and that's it. So most of my makeup is centered like around here on my face because my face is short and round. So yeah, that's why I said it's when it comes to makeup or anything in life, you have to personalize things for yourself, for your own makeup, for your own face, for your own health, etc. Okay. Okay. Perfect. That's it for that. I'm gonna wipe this off. I'm gonna go back in to the eyebrows because remember what I said earlier, I didn't want to overdo it in the beginning since I didn't know what my makeup was gonna look like. But now I can completely finish them. It's coming in. This is such a good product. What? Coming out a little more. But yeah, other than that, I've just learned a lot about what I enjoy as well. Comment below if you play this game. Hold on, let me show you. Let me put this in person. I'm gonna show you. I'm pretty sure a lot of people play it. If you don't, ain't nothing wrong with that, but if you don't, I suggest you do because it is good. I have this. I bought this from the bookstore, Barnes & Nobles. Girl. I've done so many puzzles. I do about like 10 a day. I try to go for 10 a day. Not every day I do that, but yeah, I try to do as much as I can. This is such a good, just focus, like exercising your brain muscles. Yes, it is called Sudoku. Now I'm gonna go in, fill it in, and I literally have that book for like 2 weeks now, and I'm approaching level 3 in the book. I'm just gonna fill it in a little bit more. Just a little bit. I'm gonna blend it out, especially in the front. Kind of the same thing. See, makeup, you really gotta take your time. Blend. Personalize, mix, warm up stuff. I think I'm gonna fix it in the front a little bit, the left side. A little bit more. And match it here. Okay. I think I'm gonna skip eyeliner. No, I'm not gonna put. I'm just gonna put it on. This is the Makeup by Mario liquid liner, and the shade is super black. I've replaced my NYX. I can't believe I'm saying this. I've replaced my NYX liquid liner. I have. It's always gonna have a place in my heart. But this one right here, It's too dang good. Okay, here we go. I just start there lightly. Look it. Look it. My eyeliner never or rarely turns out perfect. It usually, I would say this, when I do a YouTube video for some reason, it usually comes out good. So, oh, I might have jinxed it. Let me be quiet. Oh, okay. Decent. Oh my gosh, it's so hot up in here. I can breathe. I think I did it. I gotta go in with this little bit of highlighter from Urban Decay. This is the Moon Dust. Just look how pretty it looks. Oh yeah. Alright. Makeup and Mario brush again. I'm gonna use this small side. Just lightly. Take some. Make sure it's not too much. I'm gonna apply some here. Inner corner. And some up here. Some up here. Use my finger a little bit. Blend. Just like that. Beautiful. Not too much, like I said. I should have written everything down beforehand. I'm so sorry, but I'm trying to think if there's anything else I'm missing from this equation. I'm gonna just put more because I feel like my lips are very dry now. Okay. Oh no. The nose is running. Last step, mascara. Big, bold. And I'm gonna use Fenty Beauty Hella Thick for that. It's my favorite mascara. Now with mascara, especially if you have hooded eyes, you gotta look down. Because if you're looking up and you go boop, 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 girl's gonna get all up here. You already know. So I'm gonna look down and start applying. But yeah, I've just been taking very small steps towards improving, basically, and just learning. Oh, I saw the movie Inside Out too, and it was so eye-opening. Because now I low-key can't think about my emotions the same way anymore. I can't. If you watched the movie, let me know if you also agree that after watching that movie, you just can't see your emotions the same way. And it also made me realize that I actually have a lot of anxiety. And I'm pretty sure a lot of us do and don't realize that we do. And so, me knowing that, like knowing this now, makes me want to change. Like, makes me want to take steps towards how do I minimize the problem, not get rid of it. Like, you can't. That's what the movie highlighted with anxiety, so you can't get rid of it as you get older, but you can control it by using certain like therapeutic methods. Just being aware when it's happening, which is very hard. But there's sometimes being young, you can kind of have that FOMO where it's like you fear missing out on a lot in life. And I wouldn't say I per se have like FOMO, but sometimes I feel like I get very, 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 very hard on myself when I don't complete something or if I miss something. And you don't want to do that. If you do that, it's probably not best for you now and in the long run, because you have to give yourself more grace. And understand that there's no need to rush anything in your life. Like, I often like to keep in mind, like, I think a lot about older people, elderly people, and how they live their life, and the reality is they just took their time. Like, when you see them living when they're older, they seem more peaceful, and I feel like it's because they are taking their life like slower. They're just, I hope it makes sense. I'm sorry, but that's inspiring to me, basically, because I don't want to rush anything in my life at all. I just want to take my time, breathe, and live, and give myself grace. And I think I suggest that for you as well, if you're watching and you're also very, very hard on yourself. I used to also assume a lot. Because of my anxiety, I would assume things about what other people thought about me, and that led me to like just go into situations with this prejudgment, and you don't want to do that. Because 9 times out of 10, that person is not thinking about that. You're probably overthinking, and I'm not saying that it's not okay, it's not normal. I'm not trying to be harsh, but I told myself I can't expect to change this or control this if I don't realize and say it for what it is. And almost done here. I just try to be aware. Try to spend time off of your phone or electronics in general. I've been trying to do that. That's why I bought the Sudoku book too. It's fun as well, but it does help me with like just getting off my phone. Using the new fancy liners, which I did a video on TikTok. I haven't posted it yet, but I'm gonna use this one in the shade Browned Out, and I'm gonna these are so good. Line my lips a little bit. Just a little bit. And I'm gonna go in with the Tower 28 lip jelly. Oh, I love it. Gonna blend and add shine. This lip jelly is the best. See? Wow. That is basically it. See the makeup? I'm not adding any highlighter to here. I feel like it has a pretty good glow regardless because of the Makeup by Mario blushes. Oh, these are so good. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this Get Ready With Me and found it very educational, because girl, how can I not tell you all the things I've learned about makeup in the past year, let alone the past few months. It took me about an hour. But I really hope you guys enjoyed and found it relaxing. And I really, really am so grateful and appreciative appreciate every single last one of you guys for watching and just listening.